1. Composition. What is the primary composition of cartilage tissue? Cartilage tissue is predominantly composed of chondrocyte embedded in an extracellular matrix containing collagen and proteoglycans. 2. Composition. How does the composition of bone tissue differ from that of cartilage? Bone tissue is primarily composed of osteocytes residing in a mineralized matrix rich in calcium and phosphate, providing rigidity and strength. 3. Blood supply. Which tissue is avascular, cartilage or bone? Cartilage tissue is avascular, lacking blood vessels, while bone tissue is highly vascularized, ensuring a robust connection to the circulatory system. 4. Nervous supply. Which tissue is aneural, lacking nerve supply, cartilage or bone? Cartilage tissue is aneural, whereas bone tissue is innervated, contributing to its sensitivity and responsiveness to stimuli. 5. Flexibility. Which tissue exhibits greater flexibility? Cartilage tissue is more flexible due to its pliable matrix, providing resilience and shock absorption, whereas bone tissue is relatively rigid. 6. Rigidity. What imparts rigidity to bone tissue? The mineralized matrix, primarily consisting of calcium and phosphate, imparts rigidity to bone tissue, making it a sturdy and supportive framework. 7. Healing. Which tissue exhibits better regenerative capabilities after injury, cartilage or bone? Bone tissue possesses better regenerative capabilities, aided by its vascular supply, while cartilage has limited regenerative potential due to its avascularity. 8. Growth. How does bone tissue contribute to longitudinal growth? Bone tissue facilitates longitudinal growth through the activity of growth plates, where new bone is continually formed as cartilage is replaced by mineralized bone. 9. Shape maintenance. Which tissue aids in maintaining the shape of body structures? Cartilage contributes to the maintenance of the shape of various body structures, including the nose and ears, due to its flexibility and resilience. 10. Stress distribution. How do bones contribute to the distribution of mechanical stress in the body? Bones, with their rigid structure, distribute mechanical stress efficiently, ensuring that the body can withstand forces associated with movement and weight-bearing activities. 11. Repair mechanism. What type of repair mechanism does cartilage employ after injury? Cartilage has a limited ability to repair itself after injury, often forming scar tissue, as it lacks a robust blood supply to support effective healing. 12. Weight-bearing. Which tissue is more suitable for weight-bearing structures? Bone tissue, with its dense and mineralized matrix, is more suitable for weight-bearing structures, providing strength and resistance to compression. 13. Development. Which tissue serves as a template during the early stages of skeletal development? Cartilage serves as a template during the early stages of skeletal development, acting as a precursor to bone formation in a process known as endochondral ossification. 14. Metabolism. How does bone tissue contribute to mineral homeostasis in the body? Bone tissue plays a crucial role in mineral homeostasis by storing and releasing minerals, such as calcium and phosphate, based on the body's metabolic needs. 15. Fracture healing. Which tissue exhibits a more robust healing response to fractures? Bone tissue exhibits a more robust healing response to fractures, aided by its vascular supply, which facilitates the recruitment of cells for repair and remodeling. 16. Thickness. How does the thickness of cartilage compare to that of bone? Cartilage is generally thinner than bone and is often found covering the articulating surfaces of joints, providing smooth surfaces for frictionless movement. 17. Aging. Which tissue undergoes more pronounced changes with aging? Cartilage undergoes more pronounced changes with aging, experiencing degeneration and reduced resilience, contributing to conditions like osteoarthritis. 18. Mechanical properties. How do the mechanical properties of cartilage and bone differ? Cartilage is better at resisting shear forces and providing cushioning, while bone is adept at withstanding compressive forces and providing structural support. 19. Hormonal influence. How do hormones influence bone tissue? Hormones such as estrogen and testosterone play a crucial role in bone density maintenance, influencing bone growth, remodeling, and response to mechanical stress. 20. Density. Which tissue has a higher density, cartilage or bone? Bone tissue has a higher density compared to cartilage, contributing to its strength and hardness. 21. Repair speed. How does the speed of repair after injury differ between cartilage and bone? Bone tissue generally repairs more quickly than cartilage, thanks to its vascular supply, which facilitates the influx of cells and nutrients to the site of injury. 22. Calcification. What is the process of calcification, and which tissue undergoes it? Calcification is the deposition of calcium salts in the matrix, and bone tissue undergoes this process, providing the hardness essential for skeletal support. 23. Elasticity. Which tissue exhibits greater elasticity? Cartilage exhibits greater elasticity, allowing it to deform and then return to its original shape, making it essential for structures like the external ear. 24. Matrix composition. How does the matrix composition of bone contribute to its resilience? The matrix of bone, enriched with collagen fibers and minerals, provides a resilient structure that can withstand mechanical stress, preventing fractures and deformities. 25. Repair response. How does the repair response to injury differ between cartilage and bone? Bone tissue exhibits a more robust repair response, involving the formation of callus and subsequent remodeling, whereas cartilage repair is limited and often results in scar tissue. 26. Viscosity. Which tissue exhibits a more viscous consistency? Cartilage exhibits a more viscous consistency due to its proteoglycan-rich matrix, contributing to its ability to absorb shock and provide lubrication in joints. 27. Joint function. How do cartilage and bone collaborate to facilitate joint function? Cartilage covers the articulating surfaces of bones, providing smooth surfaces for joint movement, while bone contributes stability and structural support to the joint. 28. Developmental origin. What is the embryonic origin of bone tissue? Bone tissue originates from mesenchymal cells through intramembranous ossification or from cartilage templates through endochondral ossification during embryonic development. 29. Response to mechanical stress. How do cartilage and bone respond differently to mechanical stress? Cartilage deforms under mechanical stress and gradually returns to its original shape, while bone remodels and adapts its structure in response to mechanical forces. 30. Clinical implications. What are the clinical implications of understanding the differences between cartilage and bone tissue? Understanding these differences is crucial for diagnosing and treating various musculoskeletal disorders, including arthritis, fractures, and developmental abnormalities.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and support. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel and ringing the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future content. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to share more exciting videos with you.